So, I used to work with Seth for approximately some years, 3 years.
Everything bad.
And here's everything got better. No. Towards the end of our work relationship,
I remember my joke.
we decided that maybe it would be an awesome idea to start an embarrassing dating blog. Embarrassing dating stories. I'll tell mine first. This was my contribution. I went on this blind date with this guy, and he was a nice guy. No big deal.
Boo!
But I knew nothing was gonna come of it, so I was just hanging out with him, and he's like, "Hey, do you want to go to Toy Joy? We can look at the toys." And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, I have to stop at the video store first, because there's this video I've been meaning to rent, and they just called me that it's here." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." So we're walking from along the drag, walking towards Toy Joy, and he's like, "I think we're gonna go to Vulcan, get his video, and then go into Toy Joy." Walks right past Vulcan.
Where?
And I'm like, "Oh, where are we going?"
Oh.
And he walks right into Dreamers.
Oh.
And gets Superman-xxx. And I'm like, "Oh."
Superman 30.
Is that a wrestling movie?
Yeah, I didn't know what it was about. I didn't mean to judge or anything, but what I thought was, I need to get home right now. So it's like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And I was like, "Oh, well, my friend is calling me. I gotta get out of here. Bye. It was nice hanging out. Later." And awkward. But wait!
Oh.
This is the Seth portion of the story. I will just tell the one. I'll just tell the one.
I gave you a lot.
I know, but I'll just tell the one because it's the best one. He comes up to me at work one day and he's like, "Blah, blah, 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 blah. I was making out with this girl and it was pretty awesome. But then in the middle of making out, she stops and she's like, I just don't think you're that smart." And then we kept making out. And that's just one. Thank you.
There was a place in Austin for a while called Mojo's Coffee. Anyone remember
The Daily Grind.
Yeah. Mojo's Coffee. It was open 24 hours, and during high school, I was like on a roll up until senior year, because senior year I discovered coffee. And I would go there till 3 or 4 in the morning sometimes, if not later than that. And one night I go out there at 3 in the morning, and there's this girl there, this really pretty girl. And she thinks that I'm old enough to be out at 3 in the morning. And so she's like, "Hey, stupid line. I've always seen those lights out in the West Hills. Do you want to drive out there and just see what those things are, see if we can find them?" I'm like, "Sure, that's fine." And so I get into her car, her really, really nice car, because apparently this girl's really, really, really rich.
A Subaru?
If you could believe there's a car nicer than a Subaru, she had that.
You can't.
Yeah. So she gets in the car. She is smoking these unfiltered cigarettes the whole time, and I was out of cigarettes, so I was like, "Hey, can I have some of those?" And she gives them to me while we're driving. And she's like, "Hey, have you heard of post rock?" And she puts up Mogwai, and I don't know if you've heard Mogwai, but it's just it's really, really loud, epic guitar music, as loud as she possibly can on her really expensive car stereo. And she's flying through the West Hills over these areas that you're supposed to go 20 miles per hour in, because everything is hilly over there. She's flying over those things at 8 miles per hour, bam, bam, bam. I'm smoking these cigarettes that I'm getting nicotine poisoning from, because I've never done it before, and I start getting really, really sick. So I kind of roll down the window and hang my head outside, "Oh yeah, we're young, we're having a great time." Yeah. But in reality, 5 seconds after doing that, blah, all over the side of her car. There's a streak, if that car was gonna have if they were gonna paint flames on the side of it, that would have been a great pattern to have gone from, was my vomit. And so I pull my head back in, and okay. And she looks over me at that point. I was like, "Oh, we're having a great time." Doesn't say anything because we can't hear each other, but she doesn't notice that. I'm like, "Oh man, I pulled this off." She hits a bump going 80 miles an hour, a speed bump going 80 miles an hour. I projectile vomit onto her windshield. Like, the passenger side is covered, like you can't see out of it. She doesn't flinch. She doesn't bat an eye. And I look over at her, like, she doesn't move, she doesn't look at me. And so I take off my jacket really slowly and kind of prop my feet up right there on the windshield with the jacket right there and slowly start wiping off the vomit with the jacket, with my feet. The second that I'm done, the second like the jacket kind of falls to the floor, she looks over to me, oh, we're having a great time. I'm nauseous at this. Like, if anything else were to happen, like if she were like to take a left turn, I would throw up. So I'm like, hey, can we stop somewhere? I have to go to the bathroom. She stops. She goes into a Taco Cabana to go to the bathroom herself. I like get rid of all the evidence I can. I throw my jacket away. She comes back. Hey, I'm kind of tired. Let's just call it a night. Give me a call sometime though. I had a great time. We go back to Mojo's. I spend the next 5 hours curled up in the back seat of my car in a fetal position because if I were to move in the wrong way, I would throw up. And that was the best date I'd ever been on. The end.